Okay, I actually just decided to make a video for you. So a couple of things, right? We want to add spaces around this, around all the equal signs. It just makes it easier to read for both the students and the instructors. Also around plus signs. So just fixing that up very quickly. Okay, also for the multiple choice ones, I just like to put answer is whatever. That was just a little bit easier to see. It was just like a little bit more clear, like what that letter even means, right? Anyway, so doing that. Okay, what else? So how do we do the multiple choice? You do have to put MC up here, but you also have to do something else. So in here, and it's not bold, good. We're gonna add, so these vertical bars, this vertical bar, creates the buttons. Usually what I do is I just put, so I do this, right? A vertical, 2 vertical bars, B, 2 vertical bars, C, 2 vertical bars, C, and then 1 to end it. So the first one starts the buttons, and now the VMC says, okay, cool, now we're gonna have buttons. And then this is what the first button will say. And then the vertical bar says, okay, the first button, what we want it to say, totally done. Now what are we going to start? We're going to have the response to A. So here I'm going to put yes next because that's the answer to that one. And then vertical bar separates it. And now we have, this is going to be the text of the second button. And it'll say B, and then vertical bar separation, and then the answer to the response to this one, if the student clicks B, is going to be no. For right now, right, that's totally a placeholder, because I'm going to go back through this and add in kind of more in-depth stuff, but that's the placeholder for right now. And then that ends, and then now here's our next button is going to say C, that one ends, the response to that one is going to be N, and then et cetera, you know, there we go. The other thing that you have to keep in mind for these ones is that when you have this stuff, right, we don't want to put the alert on the same line because the alert just gets counted as part of the response to D. In that case, the way that it's written right here. So I'm going to just hit enter twice, and I'm going to put that like kind of on the next line. But when I hit enter twice, you can see that the spacing got all messed up, right? This is why spacing is super important, and I can tell that there's a bit of a weird spacing issue on this particular question, it seems. So just as many times as you possibly can throughout the whole process, making sure that we go back to there, line spacing options, and then in here we want before 0, after 0, line spacing single. Okay, then when we click on that, now we can see very clearly there are 2 spaces there. We're going to add an extra space here so that all of these elements inside the array are separated. So we got all that. Okay, and then I just paused and jumped a bit. Spacing. Okay, so this one, I'll show you this one as well. We're also going to want 2 enters because the alert is going to be on the next line. Answer is, okay. Save, and here we go with the buttons again, right? Alright, and the answer to this one is B, so this one's going to be no, this one's going to be yes, next with an exclamation point, this one's going to be no, and this one's going to be no. The VMH does know how to respond to itself, essentially, so when it sends yes next, then it will send the next question inside of this array. But then it has to be any XT exclamation point, right? So I'm not just putting an exclamation point to be cute, though I do like exclamation points for cuteness, don't worry. But in this particular case, it's actually like super necessary, and all that jazz. So that's kind of how that works. Make sure that we put that all the way throughout.